ATN, where the Autobots are subscribed.
Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob, and this video we're going to talk Transformers. This is the week. Big release. Transformers 4 Age of Extinction. Pretty excited about it. Pretty excited. Now, I've had some videos here that have gotten a lot of views and reception from a lot of you guys. Big debates on the whole Galvatron thing, and big debates on the history of the movies and things like that. But overall, I have been a fan of the series. For better or worse, I have been a fan, and I am looking forward to this installment. Dark of the Moon and the first Transformers are the ones I like the most. Revenge of the Fallen had some moments, but for the most part, it was not that great. This movie definitely saw some things as the trailers and the TV spots were coming out that I liked more and more. Was nice to see Grimlock in the process of transforming on the bridge, so very happy about that. Like the way Lockdown looks, interested to see how that's going to play out. Happy to read some of the synopsis of the movie that Galvatron will eventually become the overlord of the Decepticons. That's been my only big gripe with the Transformers series so far, and that's because I'm a huge villain fan. I love villains, so didn't really like the treatment of Megatron through the series. The first movie, obviously, we got to see him at the end. Second movie, he was pretty much a subordinate of the Fallen, and then the third movie, he was the subordinate of the Sentinel Prime. This movie, there is no Megatron. There's some speculation that he may be involved in some of the development of Galvatron, which is the other part that I don't agree with. The whole human creating Galvatron, I still don't buy that. I know a lot of you guys have made an argument that because they had the Cube for 80 years and they had Megatron for 80 years, that it's very feasible. I respectfully disagree, considering that in the first movie, they clearly state that the technology that they've come up with at that point in the movie, which is like cars and cell phones, is what they have gotten out of that technology. My argument is, how do you go from cars and cell phones at that point in the first Transformers movie to now having a full-fledged Transformer? I just don't see it. But be that as it may, it is what it is. That's what we're getting. So now my hope is that Galvatron goes rogue very early on in the movie, perhaps even his first mission, and it may be possible. From what I've read, he's supposed to be remote-controlled, and he's dispatched to go get Optimus Prime. Lockdown, I believe, intervenes, and maybe that's when Lockdown takes over and kind of just, you know, hey, Galvatron, you're big, you're bad, we need a leader, how about it? So maybe something along those lines, but we'll have to see. We're only a couple of days away, but I'm excited about it overall. I do like the voice cast. Of course, Peter Cullen coming back as Optimus. You can't go wrong with that. I like John Goodman as Hound. Ken Watanabe, obviously, is a very good actor, so I'm interested to see him doing some voice acting in this movie. Frank Welker doing Galvatron's voice. What else could you want? Honestly, what else could you want? What else could you ask for? So the lineup looks good, too. Now, this is the first time I've actually seen that it seems to be more Autobots than Decepticons. But obviously, in the movie, we've seen, or rather in the commercials, we've seen that there's a fleet of robots heading to Earth. Whether or not that happens at a certain point that plays any significance, there is also some speculation or some minor details about the movie that explain that apparently they went to Earth during during the dinosaur era, which would kind of conflict with the first movie, but we know what we're going to get with this movie. We're going to get action. We're going to get robots fighting. We're going to get explosions and very, very intense fight scenes between big robots, and that's it. The story, I'm expecting nothing out of the story. So even if the story is mediocre, I would be somewhat impressed. But that's fine. I have never expected any of the Transformers movie to provide a storyline that's sufficient. When you have that much action going on and that much explosions and so many things going around on the screen, you got to sacrifice something. They've more or less sacrificed the story, but I like the eye candy. I like the action. I don't mind going into a movie every now and then to turn off my brain and just enjoy what's going on screen. And this is a series for that. This has been the series. And there's a lot of people who feel that way because this has been a very successful franchise. They've announced another one. Whether or not it's coming out next year or it's just part of the lineup that they're going to work on next year, I'm not sure. It sounded to me when I heard the news that they were releasing it next year. So that would be interesting. I did know that they were going to work on another trilogy, this being the beginning of it. I didn't think they would come out with another movie that soon, but probably more likely production starts next year, so we'll see. But overall, you know, the lineup looks good. You know, as far as the Transformers go, the only concern with me is traditionally when I have seen a Transformers lineup, you'll see a bunch of robots. They're like, yeah, I want to see that robot. And then you don't get a lot of action from that robot. You know what I mean? Like, a good example is Shockwave. Shockwave I was very excited to see him in Dark of the Moon. And they showed him right in the beginning, which was great. And it was very cool, the whole worm thing, and he's riding it, and that's his pet. And then you don't see him again until the end of the movie. which was very disappointing. And not only that, he wasn't even really involved with the Decepticons. He was just there. Like, he never communicated with them. He was never part of their plan. He was never... His only thing, it seemed to me, was gathering whatever pylons were out there for the Decepticons to do the space bridge. But even then, it was a very, very small role. So that was disappointment. So I'm hoping we don't get that in this movie with some of the robots that I'm looking forward to seeing. Now, so what we have here is obviously Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, Ratchet, Hound, Crosshairs, Drift, and Brains. And we all remember who Brains is from the third movie. And then the Dinobots, you have Grimlock, Strafe, Slug, Scorn, and Slash. And Grimlock, obviously the T-Rex. Strafe will be a Pteranodon. Slug, the Triceratops. Very happy to see him. Scorn will be a Spinosaurus. And Slash will be a Velociraptor. So very, very interesting lineup of Dinobots. And I'm hoping that in this mongo of a movie, because 2 hours and 47 minutes from what I understand, hoping that this giant-sized movie will have giant-sized opportunity for these new robots, the Dinobots, that is, to have sufficient screen time, because really that's what people are coming here to see. Even the Bay haters, even the ones who hate this series, are giving it yet another go just to see the Dinobots. And I think they'll be satisfied. I like the way Grimlock looks. You know, I've kind of stayed away from a lot of the toys and stuff like that. I don't really want to see his robot form yet. So I'm excited to see him transform from a T-Rex to a robot. Now, on the Decepticon end, we have Galvatron, Lockdown, Stinger, which is another man-made Transformer, apparently, Junk Heap, and Traxxas, which is a mass-produced Decepticon who transforms into different colored Chevrolet Traxxas. Interesting to see that. And then, this is just speculation. I'm not sure if this is guaranteed, but they're saying there's a white 2013 Chevrolet Camaro that is unknown currently. This is not the first time I've heard that. My speculation is that if this is true, if there is another Camaro in the movie that's a Chevrolet that looks like Bumblebee, I'm going to guess that it's Cliffjumper, but who knows? Maybe that's a little surprise Easter egg they're going to throw in there. Maybe he's man-made as well, and he decides to flip onto the Autobot side. So that'll be interesting to see nonetheless. But I'm very excited for the movie overall. I like what I've seen so far in the trailers and in the TV spots. Despite the fact that I'm not too crazy about the whole Galvatron thing, it is nice to know that eventually he is going to go rogue. And I really do hope he takes center stage as a villain. I think that's really what the series needs more than anything. Outside of the story, we all know it needs a story with some continuity, but I've accepted the fact that that's not going to happen. But if we can get a Galvatron that's established, a villain that's established throughout the rest of the series, I would really love that. And nothing would be better than Galvatron. It would be a good consolation prize for what I think is a big screw-up with how they treated Megatron. So, but that's it. I mean, just wanted to touch a little bit on some Transformers because I'm going to go see it this week. You can expect my review up sometime Friday night, probably late, because it is a long movie. It's a very, very long movie. So, but that's it. Transformers 4 coming out this Friday. I hope you guys are looking forward to it. Let me know how you feel overall about the movie. I know there's a lot of you guys that hate Babe, but like it or not, the series is here to stay. It's been a grand success. I have enjoyed the series overall. I'm over the whole Galvatron thing, especially now knowing that he is going to go rogue, which a lot of us speculated together. And still not too crazy about the humans building him, but I'll accept it. It's fine. It is what it is. It's already there. There's no point in continuing on about it. But looking forward to it overall. It should be a lot of fun to watch this movie. Anyway, guys, that's it. Transformers 4. Let me know in the comments down below how you feel about the movie. Are you looking forward to it? Do you think it's going to suck? Do you think it's going to be great? Do you think it's going to have a story? Do you think it's going to have a story? Let me know. This is Rob signing off for ETN, where we don't do news. We just talk entertainment. Take it easy.
Thank you for watching ETN. Don't forget to subscribe and join the Nation Facebook page. I am Optimus Prime, and you're watching ETN, where the Autobots are subscribed.
Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob, and this video we're going to talk Transformers. This is the week. Big release. Transformers 4 Age of Extinction. Pretty excited about it. Pretty excited. Now, I've had some videos here that have gotten a lot of views and reception from a lot of you guys. Big debates on the whole Galvatron thing, and big debates on the history of the movies and things like that. But overall, I have been a fan of the series. For better or worse, I have been a fan, and I am looking forward to this installment. Dark of the Moon and the first Transformers are the ones I like the most. Revenge of the Fallen had some moments, but for the most part, it was not that great. This movie Definitely saw some things as the trailers and the TV spots were coming out that I liked more and more. Was nice to see Grimlock in the process of transforming on the bridge, so very happy about that. Like the way Lockdown looks. Interested to see how that's going to play out. Happy to read some of the synopsis of the movie that Galvatron will eventually become the overlord of the Decepticons. That's been my only big gripe with the Transformers series so far, and that's because I'm a huge villain fan. I love villains, so didn't really like the treatment of Megatron through the series. The first movie, obviously, we got to see him at the end. Second movie,